communication signals. So clearly the United States shot down that balloon, and they're right now doing a lot of that research on what this entails. And they're also doing research and discussing all of this with their allies, Jonathan, because right now what you are seeing is inconsistency from Beijing, and also the fact this might trouble Xi Jinping because it may make more countries weary of China in terms of the economic policy as well as their intelligence gathering.
MH, thank you. On the latest in Washington, about 15 minutes into the session, we advanced 6 or 7 tenths of 1% on the S&P, on the Nasdaq, up 8 tenths of 1%. Credit Suisse down and down hard through most of the day. Canada Credit Suisse posting a pretty good quarter.
The results are unacceptable, obviously, and that's why we created a new strategy, transformation program, to create a new Credit Suisse, much more focused, simpler, built around client needs.
That conversation still ahead.
What a good boy.
Finance institutions, including particularly good sex.
Good stuff.
Otherwise, on MDB wouldn't have happened.
That open as well for a much
Today's the day.
Nobody covers business like Bloomberg, your global business authority. When U.S. jobs numbers are released, Bloomberg brings you crucial data at terminal speed and instant expert analysis. Nobody covers jobs day like Bloomberg.
23 seconds away from the open down this morning. Good morning to you. Equity futures elevated by 9 tenths of 1% on the S&P. And that's that flying again up by 1.4%. On equity futures,
What do you mean? It's open already.
after the close on Wednesday, down about 0.5%.
Oh, there we go.
Bet you're open about switch up for the basic bond market yields, looking a little something like this, down 3 basis points on a 10-year, sub 360, 358 on a 2-year. Started the year, or rather ended the year in 22 at about 442, the 2-year right now. Guess what? 442. Round trip. Euro dollar 107.87, positive 7 tenths of 1%. The euro showing some strength. German CPI a week late comes in with a bit of a downside surprise. Definitely want to read into that. It's come down from 10 to 9. I think the Germans still view that as a problem. Crude right now has had a massive run recently. Brent and WTI put together a 3-day rally worth $5, more than 6% over the previous 3 days. This morning we come lower by about 1.2% to $77.51. About 40 seconds into the session, we advanced 9 tenths of 1% on the S&P, on the Nasdaq, up by 1.3%. One stock to watch. It's Disney announcing a massive restructuring plan, 7,000 job cuts. The CEO Bob Iger saying, we're going to take a really hard look at the cost for everything we make, because things in a very competitive world have just simply gotten more expensive. Abby has more. Abby.
Hey, John. Yeah, this is one quarterly report where it's less about the numbers and more about the color, of course, from returning CEO Bob Iger. And bottom line is all about that restructuring you were talking about. In fact, he said literally it's time for another transformation. So it means this cost cutting, $5.5 billion worth of cost cutting with a $3 billion trim to their movie and TV business. They're also eliminating about 7,000 jobs, many of those coming from a division created by the old CEO, Bob Chapek. In fact, right now we have Bob Iger doing an interview with a competitor talking about the idea that his structure, Chapek's structure, was a mistake, created a huge divide. So he's trying to correct that. As for the actual numbers, earnings did beat 99 cents beating by 30%. Revenue is basically in line. Subscribers, though, not so much. They posted 161.8 million subscribers, missed the mark of 164 with declines in each of the different areas. ESPN is now really a huge priority, but they're was a decline there even. Overall, though, John, it really may just be a matter of confidence. This stock down more than 40% over the last 2 years. Bob Iger is back. He's really focused on this transformation. One person right now that might be pretty pleased, Nelson Peltz, of course, the activist investor. He's asking for a seat on the board, but he's also asking for cost cutting, so it means that he and other investors have had that. He also, John, is asking for a reinstatement of the dividend. Bob Iger did say he's going to go to the board and ask for the approval of a modest dividend reinstatement. Perhaps that will help that stock turn around. Certainly that topic today on the morning.
Ali, thank you. Disney up by 4%. Another sector to watch are the open casinos. Win. MGM results beating estimates as travellers return to Vegas and Macau. The MGM CEO saying there is strong momentum in our business and our 23-hour remains flight. Right. Katie has more. Hey, Katie.
Hey, John. Yeah, both of these stocks at 6% or more here in the first few minutes of trading after, as you said, they topped expectations. Revenue coming in ahead of estimates. Mind you, they both still reported losses per share. So this is a recovery we're talking about. We aren't fully there yet. But specifically in China, the picture is getting a lot better because remember, Macau, the gambling enclave, made up a huge portion of this company's revenues pre-pandemic. That meant they really struggled in this market when China was locked down. But with the reopening of China at the tail end of last year, you really saw that recovery taking shape. Wynn's Macau mass table drop, for example, has reached 95% of 2019 levels, hotel occupancy at 96%, and MGM's VIP gaming tripled in the fourth quarter from the level seen the quarter prior. Then the Lunar New Year holiday guidance also coming in quite strong. The daily EBITDA for both of these names during that holiday last month seen in the millions. 4 million for MGM China, 5 million a day for Wynn Macau. So the gamblers are back there in a big way. This is why we've seen a massive rally in these and other Macau casino stocks. We've seen them more than double off their lows of last year. A BI index that tracks these names is up 124% since the end of October. So only a 3.5-month period. Plus here in the US, as you alluded to, John, this isn't just a Macau story. Las Vegas is going strong. One analyst over at Jefferies, when looking at results today, said Las Vegas is starting to sizzle, which sounds pretty fun.
Some of those moves have been phenomenal. Kelly, that does sound fun. Kelly, nice, thank you. Let's turn to tech. The race for AI heating down. Microsoft challenging Google in a massive way. Quote of the week to the Financial Times. Satya Nadella, the CEO of Microsoft, said this: from now on, the gross margin of search is going to drop forever. There is such margin in search, which for us is incremental. For Google, it's not. They have to defend it all. Ed Blanco on the West Coast with more. Ed, this message is pretty simple. Your margins are opportunity.
Yeah, and it's why the market's watching every single development when it comes to Google's efforts around AI to boost search. The share's down 1%, adding to the declines we saw yesterday, which was the biggest single-day drop since October. What's so fascinating about this story? The market responded to reports about a video that Google had posted Monday, 48 hours earlier, in which they demonstrated or gave an example of what their AI-powered Bard search could do. In the video, which Google posted themselves, a question was posed, and one of the answers given was inaccurate. We can go over that another time, John, on the specifics. 48 hours later, the media, to be fair, and the market noticed, and there was a severe sell-off in Google shares. The point of it is the intense interest of what this does for the search market. You can see in this Bloomberg terminal chart the complete ramp up in coverage of stories generated about AI in recent weeks since the start of 2023. The fact of the matter is this: Alphabet and Google dominate anywhere from 80 to 90% of the search market, depending on various third-party data sets. For Bing, Microsoft's search engine, that's around 9%. But they've got first-mover advantage. They've played their hand in terms of what their investment in OpenAI and ChatGPT can do to improve their search offering. Now look at this chart. These seem like spectacular gains. There is some speculative diving in here on anything AI related in the equity markets. One thing I'd point out to you, John, on those names, which the chart doesn't show, the thing they have in common, they all went public via a SPAC, and they're nowhere near their post-de-SPAC highs. There is an element of speculation here in the markets around artificial intelligence.
As Mandeep Singh has said previously, in fact in the last week, Google quite literally is a verb. How's Microsoft really going to challenge this? I understand the excitement around the story, but it's pretty early days, isn't it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, if you look at the breakdown of Microsoft's financial results from last year, search broadly generated $12 billion of revenue. most of the street and the market doesn't see actually a huge boost to the top line by
Lost
investing in
track.
Bing. But there is this idea they can claw back some market search. Google is by far and away the dominant player, but as Nadella alluded to, I think what they're fighting over is an increasingly lower margin business where you bring in eyeballs and advertisers based on the competence and the uniqueness of your AI offering. That's what the street's looking at.
Interesting. Ed, you and I are going to talk about this for a long time. You can already say, Ed Ludlow, thank you, buddy. As always, when was the last time you saw someone like Satya Nadella call out their competition so directly like that? Just absolutely amazing. Alphabet down another 2%, Microsoft up another 1.5%. It brought the market up 0.75% on the S&P. Up about 1 full percentage point. Tony Dwyer of Canaccord Genuity saying it's too soon to call the recession off. Says the following: despite the strong labour market,
I lost track, but
the Treasury yield curve and leading indicators have
they're in there.
set to reinforce the recession call. It will take more time to disprove a recession. Tony, I'm pleased to say, good friend of ours.